Hashtag YouTube News Script AI and Tech Updates. Good morning, and welcome back to the channel. If you've been paying attention to the tech world this week, you know there's been some absolutely fascinating developments happening right now. From voice AI getting more personal to major announcements coming out of the biggest tech conference of the year, we've got a lot to cover. So stick around as we break down the top stories that are shaping the future of technology. Let's start with something that's going to change how many of us think about journaling and personal voice recordings. A new application called Echologue is launching, and it's designed as a completely private voice journal that you can actually query later. Think about that for a second. Instead of typing out your thoughts at the end of the day, you just speak. You talk naturally, just like you would to a friend. Then, whenever you want, you can search through all those voice recordings and pull out exactly what you're looking for. The privacy angle here is huge. Everything stays on your device. Nothing gets sent to some external server. It's your personal thoughts, your personal voice, completely under your control. This is the kind of AI application that actually solves a real problem in people's daily lives, and we're seeing more and more of these thoughtfully designed tools hitting the market. Now, if you follow the broader tech landscape, you probably know that WWDC just wrapped up, and there's been an absolute avalanche of announcements. This week alone, we got massive news from Apple, Nintendo, and even some surprising developments from Trump Mobile, among many others. The tech industry basically exploded with new products and features. We're talking new hardware, new software frameworks, AI integrations across platforms, and some genuinely innovative directions that these companies are heading in. It's the kind of week where you could spend hours just diving into all the different announcements that came out of the industry's biggest conference. The ripple effects from these announcements are going to be felt throughout 2026 and beyond. But here's where things get really interesting from a development standpoint. Behind the scenes, there's been some really important infrastructure work happening in the Python community. Two significant updates have just hit PyPI, which is the central repository where developers host their code libraries. First, there's something called AG Headless Bridge that just got added. This is a tool that lets developers call Google's anti-gravity CLI headlessly from basically any non-TTY context. That means you can use it in subprocesses, through MCP protocols, or in continuous integration environments. It works around an upstream bug that had been limiting its functionality. Then there's LibertyNext, which just hit version 7.0.42. This is a connector-driven low-code framework that combines SQL connectors, API connectors, a React admin UI, and even an AI tool use assistant all in one package. These kinds of foundational tools are what developers use to build the next generation of applications, and seeing updates like these tells us that the entire ecosystem is evolving pretty rapidly. What's really interesting about all three of these stories is how they represent different layers of the AI and tech revolution happening right now. We've got consumer-facing applications like Echologue that make AI more personal and private. We've got massive platform announcements that are shaping the direction of major companies. And we've got the infrastructure layer that developers are building with, making sure they have the tools they need to create the next big thing. All of it matters. All of it's moving forward at an incredible pace. So there you have it. Three huge stories that show us exactly where technology is headed. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit that like button. It really helps us out. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time to do it. We break down stories like these every single day, making sure you stay on top of what's actually happening in AI and tech. Thanks so much for watching, and like and subscribe for daily AI updates.